right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Golden Text meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous. My name is Miriam. I'm an alcoholic. I'll be your chairperson this evening.
Miriam.
We typically meet here at 8 p.m. every Friday night. Let's open this meeting with the Serenity Prayer.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen.
Amen. Okay, our first reading will be more about alcoholism, and I've asked my friend Alicia to do this reading.
Okay, hi, my name's Alicia. I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Alicia.
Most of us have been willing to admit we were real alcoholics. No person likes to think he is bodily and mentally different from his fellows. Therefore, it is not surprising that our drinking careers have been characterized by countless vain attempts to prove we cannot drink like other people. The idea that somehow, someday, he will control and enjoy his drinking is the great obsession of every abnormal drinker. The persistence of this illusion is astonishing. Many pursue it into the gates of insanity or death. We learned that we had to fully concede to our innermost selves that we were alcoholics. This is the first step in recovery. The delusion that we are like other people, or presently maybe, has to be smashed. We alcoholics are men and women who have lost the ability to control our drinking. We know that no real alcoholic ever recovers control. All of us felt at times that we were regaining control, but such intervals, usually brief, were inevitably followed by still less control, which led in time to pitiful and incomprehensible demoralization. We are convinced to a man that alcoholics of our type are in the grip of a progressive illness. Over any considerable period, we get worse, never better. We are like men who have lost their legs, they never grow new ones. Neither does there appear to be any kind of treatment which will make alcoholics of our kind like other men. We have tried every imaginable remedy. In some instances, there has been brief recovery, followed always by a still worse relapse. Physicians who are familiar with alcoholism agree there is no such thing as making a normal drinker out of an alcoholic. Science may one day accomplish this,
But it hasn't done so yet.
Thank you, Alicia, and I've asked my friend Ian to read how it works.
Ian. All right, Ian. Do the best you can. Yeah. My name is Ian. I'm an alcoholic.
Ian.
And this is how it works.
Nice.
Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to this simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. They are such unfortunate. They are not at fault, but they seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those too who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. Our stories disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we're like now. If you decide you want what we have and are willing to go to any length to get it, then you're ready to take certain steps. At some of these we balked. We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnesses at our command, we begged you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil until we let go absolutely. Remember that we deal with alcohol, cunning, baffling, powerful, and without help there's too much for us. But there is one who has all power, that one is God, may you find him now. Half measures availed us nothing. We stood the turning point. We asked his protection and care with complete abandon. Here are the steps that we took which are suggested as a program of recovery. 1. We made with problems of alcohol that our lives have become unmanageable. 2. We came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore sanity. 3. We made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. 4. We made a certain and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, we make to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7, we humbly ask Him to remove our shortcomings. 8, we made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9, we made direct amends to such people whenever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10, we continue to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for the knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. And 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we try to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. Members explained, what an order. I can't go through with it. Do not be discouraged. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. We are not saints. The point is that we're willing to grow along spiritual lines. The principles we have set down are guides to progress. We're saying spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of the alcoholic, the chapter to the agnostic, and our personal adventures before and after make clear 3 pertinent ideas. A, that we're alcoholics and could not manage our own lives. B, that probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism. And C, that God could and would for yourself.
Thank you, Ian. All right. Do we have anyone here for the first time or just coming back? All right, keep coming back. And now, Stevie B is going to introduce our speaker for the night.
Hi everybody, my name is Stevie B. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic.
Stevie.
Hi everybody on Zoom. Hi Paul D. Hi Paulie, how you doing, baby? Good to see you. We got Paulie over here to come and watch you right on the online there.
Paulie?
Yeah, Paul DeLeo. Paul D. Sorry. So what can I say about this young man, Billy? He's a real miracle. Billy's a real miracle. And I asked him to speak tonight because how appropriate it is on the biggest miracle of the year for us, on Good Friday, is Billy's 1 year. His 1 year is today. So as the Lord has redeemed us, the Lord has really redeemed Billy. I'm not going to say anymore. I'm just going to speak afterwards. I just want to say in terms of how much I wanted to be here tonight, just going to take a second. I actually fell off my skateboard tonight. Flew off. I got scrapes and bruises all over me, top to bottom. I fell and did a full split at 52 years old. My cojones are completely damaged. But I wasn't going to miss you, so I hobbled over here, and I'm so excited to hear you. Let's welcome Billy.
Hi everybody, my name is Billy. I'm a recovered alcoholic.
Billy.
I was kind of grateful I didn't have to wear a mask because I don't have one. And putting a rag over my head is something that would probably brought up some bad memories. But just for the record, if my face gets red, it's not because I'm shy or embarrassed. It's because I have sunburn. All right. So I guess I want to start off like this. I'd like to just say, I say a little prayer because that's what I do with my sponsor before we start. And it goes like this: God, please lay aside everything that I think I know about myself, my disease, the program of recovery, the meetings in all spiritual terms. And you, dear God, so that I may have an open mind and a new experience with all these things, please let us see the truth.
Amen.
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 He's like, all right, that's
I don't move
good.
about 5 times because I'm fidgety.
Do it.
and nervous.
You do
So
it.
anyway, like I said, my name is Billy. I'm an alcoholic, and I was born and raised in New York, Brooklyn, New York.
No, really?
Yeah, true story. You know, growing up, I thought it was normal. I grew up in a beach town in New York, in the boroughs, and I thought it was normal to see in the summertime
Bring it up.
or any given time, for that matter, that was warm weather, normal for kids walking down the street and their fathers at 8 o'clock in the morning pulling a 6-foot cooler down the block with their kids sitting on the back that was loaded, you know, to the gills with cold beer, vodka, whatever you had, and at 8 o'clock in the morning. So it was a normal thing. It was all Irish, Italian neighborhood. It was a lot of fun, but at the same time, not seeing anything different, not knowing anything different, I could not have. Up more?
You can speak up just a little bit with Billy, because everybody online, they can't hear you. Why don't we just take this out of the way, you do the microphone in the
There we
end,
go.
it'll be amazing,
Amazing.
right? Okay?
All right, let's try that.
Oh,
Is that better?
so much better.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So like I said, I grew up in a small place called Garrettson Beach, Brooklyn, and
Beautiful.
it was an amazing place. I had a lot of fun growing up as a kid, and it was a safe neighborhood for the most part. You know, everybody's mom and dad looked out for each other, and there was a lot of alcoholism involved though in the neighborhood. You know, it was just a common thing where bar fights broke out, a lot of fighting, a lot of violence, and growing up, one of the biggest things, I almost call it a neighborhood thing, it was like you mind your own business, you kept your mouth shut, and whatever happened at home stayed at home. You know, it was swept under the rug, man up, even as a child, just it's our business. It's not for anybody else to know about. So a lot of family secrets, a lot of sickness, and never allowed to express your feelings or what was going on inside you. So and right there, that's a learned behavior from what I found out. A lot of the things that I have, a lot of problems that I have, I know today definitely because of the fact that I learned behaviors that I learned from my parents. My actions show that. It's like a revolving door. There was a lot of neglect in my family. There was a lot of alcoholism. There was a lot of violence. And for their parents, it was the same. And at one time, how you doing? At one time or another, it was always come out that there was either a bar fight or something that happened where it led to violence. And long story short is it's definitely a family disease. Straight off the boat from Ireland, my parents came, and right from there it all started. Along with the attitudes that I learned and behaviors that I learned, I wasn't able to talk about anything. At a young age, I witnessed a lot of violence. I witnessed a lot of death, and I wasn't allowed to tell anybody about it. I wasn't allowed to express the way I felt about it, and it led me to be in my head a lot as a kid. Being normal wasn't a normal thing. I went to school, and when I saw the other kids having fun in the schoolyard and stuff like that, I was wondering what's going to happen when I get home tonight. Are mom and dad going to show up, or am I going to pace the whole way in my diaper and find out whether or not they're going to come home or they're going to show up next week? Am I going to knock on my neighbor's door for something to eat, or am I just going to hang tight and hope that they come home? Fast forward a little bit, I was dropped off. My parents went away on a vacation, they called it, didn't come back for a while. My uncle, just like the rest of my family, is all alcoholic, tied my aunt up when I was 7 years old to a steel radiator, a cast iron radiator, and he beat her half to death in front of me. He was murdered about 6 weeks later, walking the dog in Prospect Park. And it was all due to alcoholism. All this stuff was, it was hard to see as a kid, you know. And I grew up fearful. I watched that woman bleed and take her last breath, and I was made to watch. You know what kind of sickness that is to make somebody watch something like that. I don't want to make this like a horror story show. I wanted to relate that the way that I felt and the things that happened to me aren't what made me alcoholic, but they definitely had an effect on how I thought about things and what I thought other humans can do to each other. And it put me in a fearful state of mind for the rest of my life. I kept, from that point on, you know, I developed a few friends. I was able to escape a little bit, and I found alcohol at a very, very young age. I would drink like very mildly. I would sneak beers when my parents were at parties and stuff like that. But the first time I got drunk, I drank an entire bottle of Absolute vodka. My stomach was pumped. I had alcohol poisoning, and I was in the hospital for like 3 days. Shortly afterwards, you know, I want to say about 2 weeks, I sat it out on the couch. I was in bad shape. I was yellow. I remember my skin being yellow. I had jaundice, and I just remember knowing what a hangover is at 12 years old, like full-blown hangover and sick to death. But 2 weeks later, I did it again because I remembered the feeling that the first 10 or 15 minutes gave to me. I remember that feeling of, you know what, I don't feel any remorse, I don't feel any sadness, I felt normal, I felt relaxed, and I felt the sensation that everything was gonna be all right, you know, and I chased that for years and years and years and years, and I've never successfully drank alcohol and was able to stop since the very beginning. Was an alcoholic. I believe I was an alcoholic at birth. I believe that it's a family disease. I believe that it's definitely a genetic predisposition, and I believe that it's a spiritual malady 100%. And I believe that you know, I know for a fact, just like not to jump ahead, but what Danielle Smith says, the last thing that I ever tried was the first thing that worked. You know, knowing that now, that's God. And I came to a point in my life where I could not stand myself. I did not feel comfortable in my own skin. And at the age of 17 or 18 years old, I already witnessed 3 homicides. And I came to a point in my life where I had to eat or be eaten. And the truth is, I was a scared little kid inside, but I wasn't gonna let nobody know that, you know, until I developed something and I built like this robot, like all these walls that I built up in front of me to throw you off, they're all lies. It's all living that double life that AA talks about. I lived a double life. I was scared to death on the inside, but I wasn't gonna let you know that. I was gonna get you before you got me. And living a life like that is no way to live. And you know, 6 stab wounds later, 2 gunshot wounds, and still alive. You know, still trying to figure out, is it the bottle? Maybe if I just lay off the super alcohol, I'll be all right. Or maybe if I just relocate to New Jersey, or maybe South Pennsylvania, or maybe if I just take a vacation, maybe I'll just lay off the hot stuff. Maybe I'll just drink, you know, beer from now on. Everything will be all right. But that wasn't the case. I'm a real alcoholic. And the minute I take one drink, one sip, one sniff, one shot, one anything, it's a wrap. The game's over. You know, I end up in handcuffs, or worse. You know, sometimes handcuffs are the best thing that ever happened to me because of what happened, because of what would have happened. You know, sad to say, but true. I'll go way off track. So I did write a little something down. I didn't write my story. I was told not to. I was told that if I do that, it'll be my will driving this and not God. So just a couple of things that I wanted to point out. Like I said, you know, watching my parents and watching what happened with my uncles and aunts and uncles and going to weddings, any wedding I've ever been to in my entire life that led in bloodshed. I've never been to a wedding where there wasn't an all-out melee or brawl. Never in my life. We had Jericho Terrace. We had a wedding at the Jericho Terrace. There was about 600 people there, and I would say a good 350 of them were brawling. The archways all went down, laid down flat on the floors, about 15 of them. Kind of funny now, but not really funny when you're in the middle of it and your tuxedo's getting ripped off and everybody's just like beating the brakes off each other. Not that funny, you know, and the bride and the groom were sitting there like, what the hell happened, you know?
Never invite them to.
Not a good scene, you know. You know, I don't know how much I'm gonna say up here. All I can say is this: I don't want to go too much into and how bad it was. It was there was a couple of life-altering experiences that I had in my life that I look back at now that I cursed God for. One of them was cancer. In 2015, I was driving home. You know, I already had tried every other way 3 or 4 times to use or drink successfully, and it never worked out. And I was always living in disgusted hatred of myself and looking around and, you know, seeing the damage that I'm doing to my kids. Also, you know, just never actually, I can honestly say to you that almost every time that I drank, there was something bad that happened. You know, some people say that not every time that I drank something bad happened. Almost every time that I drank, something bad happened. You know, it's just that's just the way it went, because I cannot stop. You know, once I started, I can absolutely not stop. I have to be chained up, locked up, or in an institution. And so around 2013, I decided I'm going to try to get sober. You know, and I put 19 months together in Brooklyn, New York, and decided, you know, it worked. I'm sober, I'm free. You know, thank you. I'm gonna move to Pennsylvania. Bought a house, white picket fence, the Labradoodle, all the toys in the cars, and still had a giant, huge void, empty hole inside of me, inside my soul, God-sized hole that I wasn't using God to fill. You know, I was using materialistic things. And Oxycontin was a good one. That'll fill that hole, you know, for a temporary solution. So I found a way to get high, to maintain a relative kind of order where I wasn't smoking super alcohol or drinking excessively, where I would wind up in jail. But at the same time, you know, I was able to coach baseball. I was able to somewhat be I don't want to say a father, because I wasn't, but I want to say somewhat of a father figure. You know, I was around, I coached the baseball. Emotionally, I wasn't there. Mentally, I wasn't there. And spiritually, I wasn't there. I was just there, and you know, physically. And May 7th, 2015, I was doing about 75 miles an hour on a Friday on my way home, and I looked up, and traffic came to a complete stop. I rear-ended the back of an Acura MDX, and my motor was in my lap on my front seat. I thought it broke my neck, and they airbagged me to a Lehigh Valley Hospital in Pennsylvania. The doctor said, look, kid, when I came to, he said, look, you know, your neck is not broken, you got a fractured collarbone, and that's not really the problem. The issue that we're worried about is that you have a giant mass in your left kidney and stage 3 cancer, and we don't know if you're going to make it. So it was a wake-up call, but at the same time, with the way I looked at life and the way that my attitude was, it was over. I wasn't gonna make it. I've had too many chances thus far in my life. There is no way that God's gonna spare me. And that's the attitude I rolled with, you know. And then, little by little, I had a 20% chance of living the first surgery, they said. I survived the first surgery. They took my kidney out, my ureter, and part of my bladder. When they gave me 6 months off, I went back to work. I had a checkup in 6 months, and it came back again into my bladder, you know. And I gave up hope at that point, because the doctor said every time it comes back, your chances dwindle. And I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go out in a blaze of glory. I'm gonna take a couple of people that I don't like with me, and it's just gonna go like that. And then, you know, honestly, I wish I could say that was a lie, but that was the truth. And it didn't happen that way, thank God. You know, thank God that you know, the doctor gave me some hope. I wish I could say that that it was the last time I drank or used. You know, he told me to quit smoking, I did. It didn't last, you know. The thing is, I didn't maintain any spiritual principles. I stopped going to meetings. All the things that make us relapse and find our higher power and active addiction, which was mine, which was drugs and alcohol. And my life went back down the tubes again. I had a second chance at life like no one else, you know. And I spit in God's face, and still He loves me, you know. And still He shows up in my life every day. So in 2015, I went on. I wasn't ready. 2015 to 2019 this year was the worst years of my life. I lost my children, my house. I lost myself. I didn't care what happened anymore. I just wanted the pain to go away. And I didn't feel anymore. I wasn't able to kill myself. I was too much of a coward to kill myself, but I did want to be killed by somebody else. So I did absurd, outrageous things, like the book says, you know. And I scared people, and most of all, I hurt the people around me, my family, the ones that cared about me most, you know. April last year, 2019, speeded up, a little bit of recovery now. Actually, I'm sorry, let me back it up a little bit. So, 2016, after this whole thing happens, you know, I have friends, family, relatives that say, hey, listen, maybe you need to get out of New York. Maybe you need to get out of Philly, maybe you need to get out of New York. Why don't you go take, why don't you call your union? At this point in my life, I have a union job, local well, I won't go into that, but
Please don't.
outstanding job up north. They sent me down here for treatment in 2016. I do 60 days in a resort with my feet up on the beach every day, taking all types of prescribed medication, wondering why my life ain't getting better. After the 60 days, I go back home and I'm doing the same thing all over again. Come back down about 3 or 4 times, do the same thing. After $1 million in treatment, my union tells me, hey, listen, this ain't gonna work out. Sorry, kick rocks. You know, you're an amazing mechanic, but you gotta go. All right. So next thing you know, I'm in the street in Philadelphia. I called up Sunrise Detox one more time, and I said, yeah, I'm ready. Come get me. At this point, I have no insurance. I lied to them. So $30,000 trip down to Detox. I get down there. They fly me down here on a scholarship. I get down to JC's house, JC's recovery house. I get off the plane, I come down here, and I'm ready to take my first thought, right? And my first real shot at getting sober. And I lasted 4 days. I got down here, I saw the palm trees, I saw the people I was living with, and I wasn't about to live with people. I've been on my own since I was like 16 years old. I'm not gonna live with these people. You must be crazy. How are you gonna put me with these people? And all these people are my people. You know, today I see that. Today I'm the same as you. You know, what I did was I kept everybody at a distance. Like I said, I judged everybody here. I judged Stevie B. I judged Jerry. I judged all the people that cared. You know, I judged all the people that now that I know this. I know this, that me and Stevie and me and Cheryl and me and Charlie all suffer from the same exact illness. You know, you are my people. You know exactly what I'm going through. You know that emptiness that I feel inside when I want to pick up for no apparent reason and my life is going well. You know that I got to go back and do the step work. You know that I missed something. You guys keep me accountable. You guys are the ones that know when something's up, you know? And only my true friends are the ones that are going to tell me, right? Where normally back in the day, or not even back in the day, 6 months ago, if you told me something I didn't like that was true about myself, I'm probably going to cop an attitude and then say something real nasty to you. You know, but the truth is you're telling me the truth, right? Thank God for that.
Amen.
Thank God for that today. So, back to one of the most important things that I remember about this room. Drew, can you point that camera at that cross right there? No? Oh, you know what? All right, sorry. Well, anyway, I just wanted to share that you know, the second time I got here.
Not a TV series.
No? Alright, well, I'm sorry, I was trying to get to the moment. Alright, you're right. There I go being a director again, alright? Anyway, long story short, I got to, that was where I camped out when I came back the second and the third time to JC's Recovery Center. Jerry told me that I don't play well with others until I learn how I know how to talk to people or even act human. I'm gonna have to stay under that cross on an air mattress with a hole in it, with a dog named Jay that was my best friend here at JC's for a long time. You know, I just wanted to share that because it's important for me to be in this room, and I come in this room and I look at that cross from time to time to remember where I was at and never forget. And those were some of the hardest times of my life. You know, let's speed up to April 10th of this year. Last year, 2019, I walked in here as broken as I ever felt in my life. I felt like I had no soul. I felt that I was just simply irking through life and oozing. Well, I don't even know the word. There's just existence, like barely existence. You know, I didn't even know that it was Good Friday. You know, and Jerry said, "This is your last shot." And Stevie said the time before that I'd never be welcome back here again. You must be crazy if you think you're coming back here after this, you know? And I didn't want to tell him, but I told him, I said, "You sure I'm allowed here?" Because he told me last time I'm not allowed here, you know? But thank God that Stevie shows mercy, you know? Thank God that some of the pain and suffering that he sees that he related to, I think. And just, you know, I know that at that moment in time, he said, there is no way that this man is going to get sober. You know, I truly believe that because everybody so far that I posted today that I have a year sober today, my Facebook went off. I'm not a Facebook guy. I have people reaching out to me and saying, wow, the impossible is possible. Billy Moran was 1 year sober. I can't believe he's still alive. I have people telling me that they can't believe I'm still alive. You know, my last run here in Florida was pretty ugly. I found the worst of the worst neighborhood. I don't even want to get into it. Long story short is that I was saved on April 10th last year. You know, I hit my knees. I hit my knees and I asked God, if there's anything that I'll do anything if you just take this pain away. I don't care if I die right now. I don't care whatever it is that you want. I want your will for me to be done right this moment. I cannot live another second like this. I don't want to feel the pain anymore. And one would say that, you know, I had nothing left. I really honestly had nothing left. And I didn't want to make it. I just didn't want to go on. I didn't want to go on anymore. So little did I know that April 10th was Good Friday, Saturday came, Sunday comes, Easter Sunday, and I see a couple of people that I was here with. And the originals, Danielle, and a couple of people that I came in with that have 2 years now, a year, 2 years, 3 years coming up. And I said, wow, you know, look at me. I was talking crap about them, saying that they're never gonna make it. I got 4 days sober telling people they ain't gonna make it. Yeah. And then here they are, 3 years later, 2 years later, celebrating and saying, welcome back, Billy. How long are you gonna stick around for? You know, Brandon Hammer. No, sorry, I'm not supposed to do it now. Brandon, you know, really huge impact on my recovery. You know, last time I came here, he said, he was crying. He said, how long are you gonna stick around for? How long are you gonna be here? You know, I really they didn't even want to say hello. You know, didn't want to say hello. Bowie, they kept the distance as well. You know, show my face, make a couple people laugh, get people to like me a little bit, out I go. Selling company vehicles, doing all the things that I love to do, and last result when I run out of money. You know, the bottom line is this: I came here, I finally surrendered. I threw my hands up and I asked God to direct my life. I said, please, please help me, Lord, and He did. And that Sunday, within 3 days, I found myself smiling, talking to somebody. I've been smiled in years, like an honest smile. before that. There was no truth, there was no happiness, and I'm just amazed by just what this program does and what sponsorship, good orderly direction, an honest desire to stop using and drinking. You know, so that's what I was like. A lot of people say what it was like. What I was like was I was a tornado. Like it says on, I think, page 84. I was a tornado ripping through the lives of my family and everybody in its wake, and just leaving total destruction, and then trying to play the victim. You know, I've never been a victim in my life. I've been nothing but a perpetrator, and more, and then some. You know, and a price had to be paid. You know, nothing is free. They say gifts of recovery. Nothing was free. It was sold. A price had to be paid, and it was destruction of self-centeredness, which was definitely the root of my troubles. You know, constant thought of others around me is the only thing that I was told that's going to help me. And first time in my life I have sponsees. First time in my life I went through steps. I did the 12 steps. I worked the 12 steps. I try to live the 12 steps to the best of my ability, and show another person how to live, and show, you know, not tell them what to do, show them or tell them what I've done that got me through certain things. I can't tell anybody what to do. You know, like I said, the last thing that I tried this time is the first thing that worked. I finally got a God of my understanding in my life. Woo! I gave myself, I went to church, and I gave my life to God. You know, and I asked Him to forgive me for everything that I've done in my life, and I never thought that was ever going to be possible. You know, I came in here, I had 2 felonies and 4 misdemeanors, and they all disappeared. I didn't do a day in jail. My public defender told me, I'm going to try to get you 2 years, but you might get 3. And then it went from 16 months to 24 months, and it went up and down and all these things, and fear consumed me, and I tried to pretend like it wasn't, and that's when I see my attitude start coming out, and you know, I was taught that this spiritual and psychic change that I've had, it's a total change in the attitude that I have of my reaction to life. The reaction to life that it talks about is on, sorry, I'm going to read something. 4:17. 5:67. Well, it's on 5:67 anyway. What changes is my reaction. What's given it is God-given reaction. There are no coincidences. If I'm supposed to go through something and the outcome doesn't turn out the way that I think that it should come out, that's okay. That's okay. It means something else is better, or He's trying to protect me. He's trying to protect me from something.
That's right.
I just wanted to share one more thing. On this day, April 10th, Good Friday, my higher power's Son took His last breath on the cross. He gave up His spirit and He murmured, "It is finished." And so was I. Thank you very much.
That was amazing. Amazing, sweetheart. Amazing.
Thank you, Billy. That was incredible. I just want to say about Billy is that I've watched him this whole year just stay in that state of surrender, like that constant just state of like, God, lead me, I can't do this. And I think that's really the difference between people that make this and people that don't, you know, is that constant state of surrender to God. Show me the way. And that's beautiful. It's such a blessing to get to that state of complete brokenness and spiritual bankruptcy, because that's when God can come in. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us. We do have time for 1 or 2 shares.
We do. Can we start with Paul D?
Yeah.
Paul DeLeo?
Paul D.
Paul D. Unless he just went out. Thank you. Paul, you still there?
You there?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Paul.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
My name is Paul DeLeo, recovered alcoholic.
Hey, Paul.
Billy, congratulations on your year and thank you for being part of my journey. It's funny how we knew each other back in Brooklyn, but we never knew that.
Wow.
Yeah. Congratulations to everyone that's at a meeting tonight. Thank God for God. And Billy, it's a privilege to get to walk shoulder to shoulder with you. I met you quite a few months ago. I've watched you grow and change. I want to say that Alcoholics Anonymous has given me a new life. Thank God for God. You know, you talked about all of those problems, and I had a lot of that stuff, and it's not like that today. I don't have to be sure no more. When God brought into my life, everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. What this whole thing is really about, just get out of your own way, get into a relationship with God. If you do that, God will do everything that's necessary. My experience has been that as long as I'm seeking God, God has all my problems in His hands. They are none of my business. My business is just to take care of His business. I help God's kids, God helps me. Stevie B, I love you, brother. Thank you for doing all of your service. And I hope everybody there has a wonderful Easter. God bless you all.
God bless you, Paul. We love you. We'll see you Sunday night.
Yes, you will.
Anthony has his hand up. Anthony Way. Go ahead, Anthony Way.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, that was beautiful. I mean, wow. I mean, you know, I've been here 11 months and I've been able to see what God has been able to do in that man's life. And I can tell you one thing: if you don't believe in God, look at Billy, and you can see his walk and everything he's been able to do. It was hard, but you've never seen him give up. And just the way God works, you can see God will break a rock and show there's a diamond inside. And that's how I see, you know, Billy. You know, he's not the type of person that's going to stand out there and tell you about, you know, what he's been through. But you can see God's love when you have a Billy stand there and say, I got 1 year. And I'm very proud of him because I've been able to see, you know, what he's been able to do. That was beautiful. I wish I could have been standing there watching it. I mean, that was beautiful. Wow.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thanks, man.
Is there anybody else that has their hand up online? Okay,
Anyone else in this room?
Charlie.
All right, Charlie.
Got back.
I'm Charlie. I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ.
Hey, Charlie.
What I say about Billy, I remember after coming back one time, walking up the road, I saw Billy and Alicia sitting over there at the pink house, and they called me over. It made a big difference in my life that night, because I decided to leave. You know, but they took time and talked to me and gave me some encouragement, and now Billy's my sponsor. He's took me through the steps, and now we turn around and going back through them again. But I want to thank you, Billy, for what you stand for and what you've done. You've made an impact on people's lives. Thank you.
Beautiful, Charlie.
No, I'm dressed.
Yeah.
All the way down? Hello, I'm Cheryl. I'm a grateful recovered alcoholic.
Cheryl.
Hey, Cheryl. No, hi, Cheryl. What's up, hey? I hate getting up in front of these cameras, but I'm just gonna act like it ain't even there. So I wasn't planning on getting up there and saying anything, but I watched Billy. I met Billy. I think he was here 2 days. He was still sleeping underneath the cross, and he was out by the wall walking to get a pack of cigarettes. So he asked me for a cigarette. and I've seen a very broken, hurt man. But I've watched I've watched Billy let God change Billy. That's the best thing about it. I love Billy so much. You know, one thing that Billy got when he got here was a weed. That's one thing that that's one of the biggest suggestions that I got was to find a weed, and that's what Billy did. We've had so many good memories. You know, we was talking outside earlier that, you know, we've lived our best life. We have been living our best life this year. You know, and yes, God has blessed us with material things along the way, but what He's blessed us with is peace, serenity. We've had tons of laughs.
Yeah.
We've even been on the hood of a Miami-Dade police cop car one night at one of the best nights of our lives in this last year. It was at the Hillsong concert. And I'm just amazed by what Billy's letting God do in his life. He is totally the changed person today. I'm looking forward to what him and Alicia's getting ready to do. I mean, he didn't speak about that, but that's one of the biggest things is that he's getting ready to marry my best friend. That's been a little journey too, because, you know, a little jealousy there. That was my best friend, and he comes along and takes her from me. But we butted heads about that a few times over last year. But I love Billy to death. I'm so proud of him. And congratulations. And earlier today, you didn't know what to speak. And I said, speak from your heart, because that's where the truth is. And you spoke your truth. So I love you. I'm very proud of you.
Alicia.
Oh, here we go.
Hi, my name's Alicia. I'm a grateful alcoholic.
Alicia.
It's a very emotional night for me. I'm so proud of you. And in the last year, I've really, it's been a blessing to watch Billy grow in his recovery. But what's been even more beautiful is how God can come in and change someone's heart. And He's done that for you. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, including the blessings that I've experienced in my life, watching the growth, that you've experienced, good and bad, and just being very willing and honest and open-minded. I'm so proud of you for getting up here and talking about your story and sharing that with the rest of the world and the people who could gain experience and strength and hope from it, because it's there. We all have it. And it's just a matter of us being willing to get humble and honest with ourselves and other people. And you did such a beautiful job. And, we all get fearful and nervous, and, that's our pride and our ego. But it was just, like Cheryl said, it was beautiful. It was from the heart, and it's so raw and real. And that's, those are the type of meetings that I need and I want to hear, because that's where it's at. We can get up and stand and, that chameleon covered all make it look good and sound good, but you didn't. You just spoke from the heart. And I'm just so blessed to be a part of your life, and grateful for the changes that God has made in your life. And I pray that you will continue to pursue not just your journey in recovery, but also more importantly, your journey with God. So I love you.
Amen. Where you going?
Hey, Billy. I'm super proud of you, bro. So make me cry.
The fact that you're holding that mic just makes me want to cry right now. I love
Yeah.
it. And I know you don't do this kind of thing.
So I met you in Sunrise Detox, and from day one you gave me the shirt off your back. So I love you and I'm proud of you.
A lot of emotions tonight. A lot of emotions tonight. What are they saying online, Drew? A lot of emotions, a lot of beautiful emotions. You know, people doubted me in the beginning when we started taking people to Calvary Chapel on Saturday nights. They said, you really can't do that. You really can't do that. And, but we didn't stop. So in the beginning we had like 10 people would come with us. And then we bought some dinners and we had like 12. And then last year we started breaking, you know, and then it just grew, you know, 15, 20, 25, 35 people, 40 people, 2 vans, people getting their own cars, driving their own cars, right? And it just, on a Saturday night at Calvary Chapel, we got a whole section of recovered degenerates. And every Saturday, you know what happens to me, Billy. I start crying. I'm always behind Cheryl or in front of Cheryl. I just start crying because you guys are all going up and you're asking Jesus to come into your heart. I know this is AA. People are going to be offended online. But I just want to tell you that that's what happened with Billy. That's what happened with Alicia. Whether it's your first time or you're rededicating, you come here, you come to JC's, or you're a friend of JC's, and even if you're a believer like Marion, I mean, Marion was selling crystal meth out of a Jesus van, you know what I mean? So, the happy vehicle. But you come to JC's and it looks like a cult, and it is, it's definitely a cult-ish type of situation. And then all of a sudden you give your life to the Lord, and then the Lord just does what Alicia says, takes your heart, right, Patrick? Takes your heart, washes it off, gives you back a new heart, and all of a sudden, you're picking up a year, you're getting a new car or truck, getting married, you're taking people with you, and it's just awesome. Right, Johnny, there? It's just awesome. God is so good. Billy, just want to let you know, it's not, I'll tell you later, but Good Friday's not on the same day every year, that's what I want to tell you. So this year, but I want to, it's better, it's even better. Because how God made Good Friday on this year was on your anniversary. That's what I want to tell you. So you think you came in on Good Friday, but you didn't. You came in April. Good Friday turned out to be your 1-year anniversary. It won't happen again maybe for another 15 years. That's what I want to tell you. Isn't that amazing? It's really amazing, because Good Friday and Easter, that falls on a different type of calendar than we're used to, so that we never know what it is until the next year. And Billy's relationship with God, he had him pick up his 1 year on Good Friday. Personally, this is what I want to say. Stay until the miracle happens, and then continue to stay. Stay until the miracle happens and then continue to stay. Stay until the miracle happens and then continue to stay. Why would we go back to the slop? I mean, why would Billy go back to the slop? Why would any of us go, Patrick, just stay, baby. Just stay. You know what I'm thinking? When I saw you come up here, and nobody knows, I just said Patrick, nobody knows who came up here, okay? But I was thinking maybe you should, even after the corona, always wear that face mask. That way when you go get a high, you can't. There's a mask between you, okay? And you can't get it. And I think that the face mask is something that we should maybe just keep going. Just keep going. It's harder to drink with a face mask on. For Billy, who's a crack smoker, you can't get it through the mask. And I think it's just a good thing. I think it's a really good thing. Anyway, the truth of the matter, I love you, Billy.
I love you. Thank you,
And I said to you 2 times ago, and I remember when you said it to me. I didn't remember till tonight. I said to you 2 times ago, Billy, what we all do here is that we give our lives to Jesus. And you said whatever you said, right? I'm a cancer survivor, I can't believe, it was something like that, right? In those lines, I couldn't surrender. And this time you did. And that's what Paul did. And that's what his wife did. And that's what all your friends did here. And that's what I do. And that's what Jerry did. And that's what your beautiful wife-to-be did next month or July, whenever it's going to happen, whenever Corona passes. And that's what Miriam did, and that's what Noah did, that's what Vanessa did. And we're just so blessed. Tomorrow night, we don't have a meeting here. I'm just going to do a real quick announcement about for stuff, okay? And I'll give it right back to you. Tomorrow night, we don't have a meeting here because it's Saturday night, and we go to church. And you can do a church of your choice. We're going to be going to Calvary Chapel online. Of course, we're not saying you have to. But that's what we're going to be doing to celebrate the Easter service. And then Sunday morning, go to an Easter service online. I know that you guys will. We have our own local church here that we're affiliated with, which is Lighthouse Community Church. We'd love to invite you to that. And then I recommend that if you have a chance to get to the store, if possible, it's not a big deal if you didn't. You can always use bread. But take communion this weekend. Take communion this weekend. A little bit of bread. I know this is AA. I'm probably going to be kicked out of the entire organization. But, I mean, really, where am I going to go during the corona? I mean, I'm sure I'll get letters for months and years to go after this. But, get yourself a little matzah, get yourself a little juice, and do the communion. Do the communion. I think it's going to be very special. Then Saturday night, Mrs. Paulie D. Right? Sunday night. That's what, Sunday night. At this meeting at 8 o'clock. She's going to be speaking. It's going to be awesome. And that's called the Stepping Out Group. The Stepping Out Group. So I'm excited to be part of all this. And tomorrow morning in this room, we also have the All About God meeting. Amen?
Amen.
Amen. Thank you for letting me be here. God bless you. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Stevie. All right. Okay, so I just want to acknowledge the celebrants for the month. Tammy Jo has 9 years. Congratulations, Tammy Jo. Marissa has 3 years. Mandy has 2 years. And Billy has 1 year.
Who does, baby?
Robbie has 1 year as well.
Kaylin has 1 year.
Kaylin has 1 year. Congratulations, guys. Okay, we're going to go through the virtual chips real quick. We're not going to have people come up and get them, but please just raise your hand and let us know so we can acknowledge you. And if you're online, please let Andrew know, and we'll acknowledge you in this meeting as well. Would anyone like to get a white chip?
Welcome.
All right, welcome. We're glad you're back. Surrender chip. Okay, anyone like to get a 30-day chip? All right, keep coming back. 60 days. Keep coming back. Red chip for 90 days. Keep coming back. Anyone with 6 months?
Nick and Lauren.
Nick and Lauren with 6 months.
And also Patrick.
And Patrick with 6 months. All right. Congratulations, guys.
Oh, Nick and Lauren both have 6 months? Oh, that's so cute.
And then the yellow chip is 9 months. Anyone have 9 months? All right, keep coming back. All right, suggestions are stick with the people that are doing the deal, that have a relationship with God. Work the steps and then help others work the steps, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to close with the golden text reading and follow. One more announcement.
If you want to be one of the 10 that come into this room tomorrow morning or Sunday night, you must have a mask on.
Okay, if you want to be one of the 10 that comes to the meetings this weekend, you must wear a mask.
Thank you.
Spread the word. Okay.
Don't spread the word, but not the disease.
Spread the word, but not the disease. Okay, so the golden text statement is going to be read by my friend Cheryl.
Oh.
All right, Cheryl.
It's a translation from a northern standpoint. Okay. I'll translate for you, Billy. She's going to do it.
That's just terrible. Stevie, go back in that corner. Hello again, I'm Cheryl, I'm a recovered alcoholic.
Cheryl.
So, Bill was at my, is that it?
Yep.
Bill was at my house talking to my wife and me. We were eating lunch, and I was listening, trying to find out why they had this release that they had seemed to have. Bill looked across at my wife and said to her, Henrietta, the Lord has been so wonderful to me, curing me of this terrible disease, but I just want to keep talking about it and telling people. I think I have the answer. Bill is very, very grateful that he had been released from this terrible thing, and he had given God the credit for having done it. And he's so grateful about it, he wants to tell other people about it. That sentence, "The Lord has been so wonderful to me, curing me of this terrible disease," that I just want to keep telling people about it, has been sort of a golden text for the AA program and for me.
Okay, if everyone could please stand in place. Thank you for a great meeting. Thank you, God. Thank you, Billy. We're going to leave off with a moment of silence, followed by the Lord's Prayer. Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Stay.